Okay, this week's contest is going to be a little bit different. You're going to be using AutoCAD to do it, and it's going to be a car design. You're not going to have to design the car from the ground up, but I'll show you how to get there. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to go to Home, or go to New, go to AutoCAD, Open. We're going to start a new drawing. All right. You should come across here to, I think it's View. Yep, View, and click on Tool Palettes. This should pop up here somewhere. It might come in a little bit short like that, but you're going to go ahead and drag it down here. Now let's just go ahead and click on Vehicles, and you're going to see that it puts one in here. So just click right there, double click your mouse wheel, and you have on there a 1968 Pontiac Firebird. Alright, now this is a sports car that you can design, redesign, do whatever you're going to do with. You also can click right on it one time. There's a little triangle down here. Click on that triangle, and you'll see that you can change it so it's the top view. You can change it to the front view. We can change it to the rear view if we wanted to. We also have the option of doing a sedan, which is a very generic vehicle there. And there's also a truck side right there. So you can choose any one of the three vehicles that you want to modify. But you're going to modify and design this vehicle to do something. Now, right now it's a block that we need to break up. So we're going to go back to, I'll just close this, we won't need it for a while anyway. Remember, if you need to get back to it, click View and Tool Palettes. But go back to Home, and what we're going to do here is click Explode, and you'll see that by clicking Explode, it now separates all of these different parts. And now that all the lines are broken apart, we can do different stuff with them. Let's start with clicking on one of these lines. Let's click that line right there. So it is some kind of polyline, but you see it's got those grips on there. I can go in here and say I want to do something like this. I can grab a grip, and I can change the position of that grip. So I can change what the car looks like. So I can put a big old shark fin on top of it if I want. Make it look kind of different. Who knows? So that's one thing you can do by grabbing grips and moving them. We might do something like, let me undo that. Alright, I might do something like, say, I want to move these wheels, right? I might move the wheels and oops, I undid too many. So I want to explode that. And let's say I might want to do something like move those wheels. I'm going to move that wheel. And I'll move this wheel. And I might want to lower the whole vehicle. And by lowering the vehicle, I get that down really low like that, which would mean then that I need to go back in here, click Trim, use that as a cutting edge, and this is a cutting edge, and trim those off. So now the car's sitting down lower. Personally, I like that look, but maybe you don't. Maybe you want it to be jacked up and higher, and you just have to add suspension. You can also turn it into a limousine by doing something like stretch, and click right there, do a crossing, and stretch that thing out there, and turn the ortho on so it goes straight. Can do that kind of thing, alright? So we stretch it out so it looks cool. Do whatever you want to do. Now the door can't be this way. We'd have to fix the door. Go back to the driver's door being about like that. And most of the time we do something like copy. There's usually at least one door in the back here for somebody riding in the back. Alright, so it'd be like that. Alright, so then the other thing you want to do is right here. This is one we haven't learned yet. This is Hatch. So if you click Hatch, I can come in here and I can fill it with something. Different size, a different pattern. I'll put that pattern in there real quick. Right click and enter. Alright, so you'll see there that it has these lines like that. So if I double click on it, I can change this pattern by clicking that and say, alright, I want it to be something like this instead, and you'll notice that it changes it to those lines. Now that has some kind of use later on, but we're not going to worry about it now. So I'm going to change the scale of it. Let's say we want it to be about 5 times that. Click apply, and it adds that look to it. Alright, so it's got that different look. But really probably what you want to do is double click this, change that pattern to, let's go a solid. So go to other, predefined, go to solid, and click OK. And it makes it a complete solid when you look at it there. And then when I double click it here, I can go to color and change the color to whatever color I want to change it to. So you can do those kinds of things to add color. Now, you'll figure out as you go how you want to do that, because it's going to change. As your design changes, you probably want to do your coloring last and don't do it first. But that'll work out for you. Then you can do other things like add numbers, letters, other decorations. You want to do other things, you can do things like a polyline here. You can do a polyline and make a polyline that goes, whatever shape you want to make it, however you want to decorate it. And grab this one and put this by the bottom of this door. I can do that. Like with this polyline, you can edit a polyline by typing in p-edit and enter, and then click on that line. Let's say I want to make it a spline, so let's watch what happens when I click a spline. It makes it so it's all curved. So then I could go in there and, oops, let me undo once. Oops, let's do a polyline again. P-edit, select that, spline, and then I'll click close. Whoa, I didn't want to close it. Let me undo that. So we'll just right click and enter, and it makes it there. So I can fill that in if I wanted to. Can add whatever you want to. You also always have the option of using the other thing. You can add whatever you want to it. I've seen some really crazy things done. It's always we're going for the most creative design here. So don't just follow what I did. Be creative and try something new.